Hey, what's up, socialites, and welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
First of all, happy Memorial Day. So there goes to you. I'm going to be in Madison, Wisconsin in a couple weeks, then Tulsa, Des Moines, Springfield, St. Louis. Going to be at Market Days in Chicago this year, then Lexington and Omaha, Brea, Raleigh, Boston, Denver, Eugene, Oregon, you name it. Go to thejoedombrowski.com for tickets.
And I am going to be in Staten Island, Philadelphia, West Hartford, Connecticut, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Plano, Atlanta, Los Angeles, LA, Sacramento, Point Pleasant, Seattle, Chicago, Buffalo, Manhattan, Toronto, Hoboken. Come see me on the wherever you can see me at gasparrandazzo.com.
What up, Gas?
What's up?
Not much. Just got back from Toronto. It was crazy.
How was it? I'm excited because I'm going to be there soon, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want to know all about it. Is the food good?
The food is great. I think Toronto is a city of true diversity. Like when you walk down the streets in New York, the neighborhoods are still pretty segregated. Let's be real. But like Toronto, it's like every single person walking down the road on any street that you're on at any given time. And then the restaurants there, like every country under the sun. It's like a Ukrainian restaurant next to a Himalayan restaurant, next to an Indian place, next to a Polish place, next to an Italian place. And they're all amazing. It's unbelievable.
Stupid question. I didn't realize. I thought Ontario was a place, but Ontario is like an area, and then you're in Toronto. Because people say Toronto, Ontario. Why?
Yeah, it's like saying Seattle, Washington. Ontario's the province.
Ontario's like the state.
Yeah.
Or province.
The province, yeah.
And then, so how big is Ontario?
Huge, gigantic.
Oh,
like provinces are like astronomically huge.
That's what I'm saying. Because someone was like, "Oh, I'm in Ontario." I'm thinking Ontario is a city, but it's not. Ontario is a gigantic place. So I was like, "Where in Ontario?" And she's like, "The city." Like she's like that. I was so confused. And she's like, "It's near Toronto." I was like, "Oh, okay. I know Toronto."
Is there an Ontario, like a New York, maybe?
Yeah, but New York's not real because it's New York City, New York.
New York City inside of what?
New York State.
So is there Ontario, the city, inside of Ontario,
New York
the
City,
province?
Comma, New York.
Right. So is there Ontario, comma, Ontario?
I don't know. Ontario. Ontario. No, Ontario is not real. No. Ontario is Ontario. Ontario. I think I actually taught a student named Ontario. It was Ontario from like Latin America. I don't remember. Yeah, he's from Ontario, but his name was like Ontario. Something to that like
Ontario.
Ontario. Joe, I was actually not far from you this weekend, and a part of me was like, can I make this happen to come see you?
Canada, make it happen. Where were you?
I was in Boston. So like I was far, but not
so far.
Like,
right.
I was like 5 hours and I had already driven 6. So I was like, what's 5 more? And then I was like, no, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
So my 3.5 hour drive was supposed to be for 3.5 hours turned into 6. And I couldn't even go to the hotel. I went right to the show, which I hate because I like
6. The New York
It was just like 1 lane traffic for like 180 miles.
No good. No good.
Then I got to the club and I was starving and I was in my basketball shorts and then I had to like run past everybody and I was like, hey, sorry. Like, I was in like travel clothes and I felt gross. And then I like ate Panera bread super quick. But anyway, do the show. The show was great, but the lights went out in the middle of the show.
Oh.
We had a little electrical problem and it was awesome because the people in the front gave me their flashlights.
No way.
I was shining them under my face like Tales from the Crypt. And I was telling my jokes like like, then the students walked into the room and like, it made it so much funnier. And I like just wish I filmed, it's like one of those where you're like, why didn't I film?
Yeah.
It it was so frustrating. But after the show, so I'm hanging outside and the security guards are like, yo, we got to get everybody out of here. So I didn't know that the club that I performed in at night flips over to a nightclub. And
Oh
it's the
God.
nightclub where Aaron Hernandez killed that
No
guy.
way.
Yes.
No.
So this security guard was telling me all these crazy stories. He got stabbed a whole bunch of times. Like,
What the
it's like
hell?
you would never know. It's like crazy. Like, it's a comedy club. It's fun. It's cool. And then it's like, oh, now it's a nightclub. And so anyway, so all of a sudden I'm doing like hanging out with everybody and all these people start coming and these like security guards, Joe, bigger than you could ever imagine, are coming. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, the baby's coming.
No.
Do you know who the baby is?
Way. No way. Okay, keep
You
going.
know the baby?
Yeah. The
They
baby
were like-
also has like a ton of like homophobic bullshit out there.
Well,
Anyway.
I was like, they were like, do you want to meet him? I was like, I don't know. I was
No.
like, I don't even know. I couldn't even pick him out of a lineup. I was like, Mr. Baby. And they were laughing.
Right.
They were like, duh, baby. And I was like, Mr. Duh. And they were like, if you want to meet him, you can. Like, but so I was like, well, now in my head, I'm like, all right, a part of me wants to meet him just for the story. Like, I was like, it'd be funny to be like, yeah, I ended up hanging out with the baby in Boston. But then I was like, when's he coming? And they were like, anytime between now, it was 9:30 and 4 a.m. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, no.
I don't really want to meet him that much that I would sit around till 4. But
Yeah.
so, so Boston overall was super, super fun. And I was like, oh, could I make it to Toronto right now? But I was like, I cannot.
That is so geographically not correct. It's hilarious to even hear you say it.
What, Toronto to Boston?
Boston to Toronto. Yeah, it's like you were just gonna like pop over. Like if you were in like
Well, in
Buffalo.
my head, I was like, oh, but you know what? Because like Buffalo is like an hour away from Toronto.
Right, Rochester. I have people there from Rochester, people there from Buffalo. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're just like, hey.
and because over the summer I'm doing Buffalo, and then the next night I'm doing Rochester. The next night I'm doing Toronto.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I had to go get my
Chill.
passport renewed.
Ah, I got his passport renewed, huh? I also want to let you know something. I read an
What?
audition the other day. It was a voiceover audition for a character, and I had to like make the character up. And I did the whole character in your garbage man accent. Spoiler
go
alert,
well?
didn't get it.
I blame me. Guys, as you know, I am eating better. I'm living better. I'm eating salads. I'm going to work. I'm eating more fit foods, but sometimes I just crave bread. Just eating all that stuff's not enough. But they always say bread's not good for you, but not anymore because there's Hero Bread. Hero Bread is mouthwatering while also ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and high in fiber. The taste and texture of Hero Bread is delicious. Joe, I'm not talking about just some plain healthy bread. This tastes like real deal bread. Like, it is delicious. It's fluffy. And guess what? Let's say you still want a bagel, but I can't eat a bagel because they're not healthy. Not anymore. They have classic bagels, 4 net carbs, 0 sugar, and 19 grams of protein. But a plain bagel's not enough. Well, they also have an everything bagel, 5 grams of net carbs and 17 grams of protein. You would never know that it's low net carbs and such high fiber from the texture. It's no compromises, just flavor. So Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code SOCIAL at checkout. That's social at hero.co.
Father's Day is always the same story for me. I'm always either getting my dad socks or grill tools or, I don't know, some book that I found somewhere. Repeat it, do it again year after year. This year, I wanted to up my game and do something better, and I found Quince. And let me tell you what, they made buying for a thoughtful gift very, very easy. Quince has all the pieces that dads actually want, like organic cotton silk polos, European linen bleach shorts and comfortable pants that work for everything from a weekend out to nice dinners to going to work. The best part, Quince has everything with a price that's 50 to 80% less than what you'd find from similar brands. By working directly with top artisans and cutting out the middleman, Quince gives you luxury pieces without the crazy markups. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. Listen, I went on there and I was going in for the Father's Day shopping and I bought a little something for myself. I found this amazing camel colored jacket that I think I'm going to be wearing all the time. You're going to be seeing that from me on stage. You better believe it. Listen, Quince is absolutely for the dad who deserves better than the basics. Quince has you covered. Go to quince.com/social for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/social to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/social.
This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. Guys, I got a lot of plans coming up in the summer. I take my kids to the park. We go on walks. We're outside all day long. And sometimes water is just not enough. That's why I love Liquid IV. I am drinking Liquid IV every single day. In the morning, I'm waking up. I'm taking my jug of water. I'm tearing open the Liquid IV. I'm pouring it and I'm enjoying it all day long. People could use it for workouts. You could use it for traveling. You could use it for whatever you want. I'm using it while I'm outside, and I'm also using it while I'm teaching. It's keeping me up. It's keeping me hydrated. It's keeping me awake. And the flavors are actually true to what they are telling you they are. From acai berry and lemon lime to pina colada. There's raspberry lemonade, white peach, rainbow sherbet, which is what I've been on a little kick of lately. It's got that nostalgic childhood feel. And these are scientifically formulated to hydrate better than water alone. Just one stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water. There is an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Get ready for summer with extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use social at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code social at liquidiv.com.
Anyway, so we had a lot of questions come in on Patreon this week. You too can become a Patreon member at patreon.com/the social studies podcast. So we figured you're taking it easy on Memorial Day. We're going to sit back, relax, and answer some of your Treeyon questions. So,
okay, we're going to start it off. Ashley, thank you so much. So this is a cool question. If you could have a 10-minute conversation with anybody in the world living and that you don't see on a regular basis, who would it be?
And if I could have a conversation with anybody in the world, 10-minute conversation, living, who would it be?
That's hard. Is it just talking or can we touch? Am I married in this scenario?
It's just talking. It's just talking. You're so stupid.
These are our first time reading the questions.
Who would I talk to?
I don't know. I guess you would probably pick some comedian.
Like, yes and also no.
Like, I feel like you'd be like, not this comedian, but you'd be like Dave Chappelle's, like a pick his brain. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's a new booker at the Comedy Store and everyone's like crowding around. Every time I see her walking around, everyone's like begging for her attention. And I'm just like, we'll chit chat when we chit chat. So like I'm not going to be like one of these people like, oh my God, speak to me. You know what I mean? So part of me wants to say her, but at the same time, it's just like,
you can't use your 10 minutes on some real person that you see. That'd be like me being like,
other options were like, I don't know, my parents go home for 10 minutes. I don't know. What were you going to say? You're going to say like a celebrity?
I guess like I was gonna say like I don't know. It's like Scarlett Johansson, and then like maybe she falls in love with me. I don't know.
But
Like
she actually doesn't.
falls in love with me. She's
Yeah.
already got her Staten Island comedian.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she's good.
No, she's probably good.
Right.
Also, she's not like my celebrity crush. I don't know why I said Scarlett Johansson. Who's
Yeah.
your
Why?
celebrity crush? Guy or
Um,
girl?
hmm. Can I be so real? Probably
Blippi.
nobody. Blippy for sure. Blippy for sure. Probably nobody because like sometimes I think about how like, and I'm gonna be guilty of this one day for sure, but like sometimes when I see like celebrities at like the Met Gala and stuff like that, I look and I'm like, this looks miserable and you all look stupid. Like I don't like it's actually like a turn off. And there's some celebrities when they're in interviews, they're being so stupidly fake that I'm just like, turn off. This is a turn. Like you might be hot as hell, but I'm like, this is a turn off.
I guess like the idea and concept of celebrities is like years ago I would have been like, oh my God, so and so. But then like as like you're in this world and you're in this world a lot, I'm in this world a little, like you meet people and you realize like people are people. And like
Yeah.
everybody's just like regular people, like, you know, and also like sometimes you think like I wouldn't want to be with a celebrity because it's like I was at Panera Bread before the show in Boston and people walked by and then they were like waving in the window and taking pictures and it was cool, right? But like it was cool in a small little dose. You know what I mean? Imagine that's your life all day, every day. Like,
It's why I like
you
being
know,
a comedian because with comedians, there's still a level of anonymity in there. You don't walk down the street and everybody knows you. Like your fans know you, like comedy
yeah.
heads know you. But like other
Like
than that,
Adam Sandler can't just like sit in a Panera Bread and read the
no.
newspaper.
But like I bet Nate Bargatze can.
Yeah, he could for
Even
sure.
and he's huge.
And he's
And I
like the
still
biggest
bet
comedian. And
right. I bet he gets spotted a shitload, but there's still places where he would be like, this would never happen. This would never happen. But I bet if Nate Bargatze walked into a gay bar, nobody would know who he is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like your
Yeah.
only relative is a comedian in certain circles.
but isn't it funny? Because you and I have talked about this. Like, you're like, I did like, I'm going to do that show in Staten Island, right? And like,
Yeah.
you know, let's say 1,000 people end up coming. It's like for that hour and a half, 1,000 people, you're like so relevant, so
And then
prevalent.
you walk out on the
And then I
street and
walk
nobody
out
knows
an
you.
hour later and everyone in the street walks right by me. And like, that's how it was in Boston. Like, it was so cool in the club. 200 people were like, oh shit, like talking, taking pictures. Then I like went to eat in a bar next door and not one person even looked in my direction. And I was like, hey, I'm on
Yep.
that marquee.
Yep. That's always like that. It's crazy.
Summer is just around the corner, and the folks over at Mint Mobile have a hot take. Getting that summer bod is out, and getting your savings bod is in. This spring and summer, we want Skippy wireless bills and big fat wallets. And with premium wireless plans for just $19 a month, you can have both without breaking a sweat or the bank. Mint Mobile is just like all the other providers. They have 5G wireless network. You can have your phone number. You can have all your contacts. You can have everything you want. You could have premium wireless service for $15 a month on a 3-month plan. So this year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/social studies. That's mintmobile.com/social studies. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5 GB plan required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra.
Lately, I've been trying to clean up the way that I shop for groceries, not just for my health, but for my budget too. I was getting tired of standing in the aisles for real, trying to read every ingredient label, only to end up overpaying for a few healthy items at my local grocery store. That's when I gave Thrive Market a shot. And honestly, it's been a total game changer. I'm getting the same high quality brands that I love, but for less and without the compromise of any of my standards. Thrive Market is like your favorite health food store, but it's online and it's way more affordable. I'm talking about premium brands like Primal Kitchen, Who, and Simple Mills, all delivered to your door and up to 30% less than what you'd pay at traditional stores. Everything they sell is non-GMO and meets incredibly high standards. They actually banned over 1,000 ingredients that are still allowed in U.S. products. Things like artificial dyes, preservatives, seed oils, all things that I've been trying to avoid. The site's super easy to shop, and you can filter by diet, like gluten-free, paleo, keto, low sugar, vegan, whatever you got, they have it for you. So you're not wasting your time reading every single label. I've personally been avoiding sugars, and Thrive Market makes that simple and easy for me to find those sugar-free or low-sugar options. I use Thrive Market because it's easy, and I can find all the things that Morgan and I need in one place. Skip the junk without overspending and head to thrivemarket.com/social studies to get 30% off your first order and a free $60 gift. That's thrivemarket.com/social studies. Thrivemarket.com/social studies. Gaspare, I have been growing such a disdain for like influencers.
Oh, me too. Like the
Dude,
whole.
oh God.
I
And there's
love
this
this.
thing. I don't know what it is, but there's this whole I think it's like I'm watching people who were like big on the internet when we were like in our early 20s, and they're still like talking and being and acting on the internet in that same way. Like this guy today, he was like, "Hey guys, sorry I've not been online lately, have been posting because I have been busy." And I'm like, shut up. People are like, "Hey guys, I know a lot of you have been asking this," but I'm like, oh no. And
Nobody's asked.
I've been scaling back so much because I used to get online and be like, "Hey guys, what's up? It's blah 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 blah." And I'm like, I would rather have a bleach martini with a maraschino cherry that was dipped in anthrax before, like, than do that shit again. It's
But you know what's-
like, thank you so much to my friends over at Purina for feeding my dog and keeping it. Your friends over at Purina, your friends? First of all, you don't have friends at Purina. You got paid to do an ad. Chill.
And also, like, it's just like that ad voice, like I mean, we do it when we record the ads, but we also have fun with that. Also, like, my number one pet peeve is like when you see people on the internet, like, I like to believe that myself and you as well, I can attest to it. Like, what you see on the internet is what we are in real life.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
Like,
I got a video to send you that's like exactly what you just said. Like what you see online is who I am in real life. But listen to this, Gaspare. I saw this guy. I also hate when people try to get like inspirational and motivational. There was this guy who was sitting on the beach with like his hands like this on his knee, like eyes closed, meditating. And he had someone like walking a circle around him, filming him, but you could like see their shadow. They were like holding a camera and like, and then the caption was like, and then he was like, "Whenever you're feeling stressed or something, I'd take a few minutes to yourself and do these 3 things or whatever." Okay. I could not get over the fact that he said, "Hey, I'm just going to sit here and look peaceful. Can you like walk around me with my camera really bit?" And you're just like out on a beach, like acting like that. The other thing, if people are always like this, these videos drive me crazy. Did you know that if you take 150 peanuts and put them in a food processor with a little bit of oil, it'll turn into raw, organic, natural peanut butter? Did I know that? What do you think? I'm just fucking sitting here thinking about this shit all the time? Did you know? Did you guys know that? But shut up. Shut up. I'm so mad.
The worst thing that I ever saw out in the wild was a true example of how people are not. So, like I said, me and you, like, people always say to me after shows, they're like, "Wow, you are exactly," especially if they listen to the podcast, they're like, "You are exactly the same in person, on the podcast, on stage. Like, you just do whatever." So people say that all the time. One time I was at this conference and this guy who's like known to be like crazy, like he was like, I forgot, I
Name
don't even
him.
remember his name right now. What?
I said name him.
He was like, but he would always like be like crazy, like do crazy things. Then I met him in person. He was mute, literally mute. Didn't say a word. Then I was like telling them a story about like my Abe Lincoln tattoo. And he's like, yo, wait. Set your camera up. And I was like, but I'm talking to you guys. Like, I don't need to set my camera. I'm just talking. I don't want to set a camera up. And he's like, dude, this is good content. That annoyed me. That
I
was
hate
step
it.
one. Wait,
Hate
that was
that
step
shit.
one. Then a few hours later, everyone was in the pool. He was sitting on the side tanning or whatever. All of a sudden, I see him. He starts unbuttoning his shirt. He's propping his camera up against the
Side of the
whatever,
pool.
the pool, the chair. He runs with all his clothes on, like he opened up his shirt, runs with his clothes on, his shoes, and jumps into the pool. But we were all just hanging out and it was like, what the hell? It just like came out of nowhere. And he was like, yeah. He then got out of the pool, literally walked over to his phone, clicked it off. And he's like, yo, guy, like, I got to get that content up. And like, it was like, that was like jaw dropping to me because I was like, this is so fake.
Yeah, I can't.
I was just like, this can't be.
Also, I know exactly what you're talking about. Remember, you and I talked about that one conference that we were once a part of, and it was all just like people with their phones out, constantly phones out, taking a picture of everything, recording everything. I also hate this. It drives me so crazy when people be at a concert and then they take out their phone, they turn away from the concert so you can see you and your friends singing the video, but you're looking at the phone. Are we not making real memories anymore? This is crazy.
No,
I
they're
swear to God,
gone.
if I ever see my kids doing stupid shit with their phone, I'm going to take it and throw it in the lake.
You know what's cute right now? Gaspar's doing with the like he'll take the phone and he'll
Caution,
make
I might hate it.
he'll make
That's cool.
movies.
I like that.
So
I used to
he'll
do
be
that.
like, Lucy, like, oh no, you're the doctor. My arm is broken. Like, and he'll like lay on the floor and be like, I just oofed. Oofed is what they say for dying. That's what kids say for dying today. Also, just a side note, I'm going to whisper this because my kids are up. Today in school, Gaspar gets out of school. I'm picking up him and Lucy, and he goes, Dad, we were talking about cultures today. And I said, oh, cool. And he said, I told him about your culture. I said, what'd you say? And he said, I told him you were born in Mexico. And I was like, but I wasn't. Like, why? Like, why did you say that? And he goes, well, I don't know. I just thought you were born in Mexico. And I said, but why would you think that? And he said, well, I know we're Italian, but I don't know why I thought you said Mexico. I said, Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. And he's like, oh, yeah, I said either Brooklyn or Mexico. I'm like, your teachers probably took Brooklyn and took that. So then he goes, and mommy's Japanese, right? So I said, why would mommy be Japanese? He said, because she loves sushi.
Sushi.
And I said, but she's not Japanese. He goes, yeah, something with a J. I said, you mean Jewish? And he goes, oh yeah, Jewish. I kept saying Japanese. And then he goes, so then Lucy's like, brother, he's not Japanese. Like she's like arguing with him. She doesn't even know what Japanese is. And then she goes, I miss grandpa. Because whenever my kids talk about family, they always bring up my dad. So she's like, I miss grandpa. And then they were like, how did grandpa die? And then I was like trying to explain cancer to them, which I regretted. And I was like,
oh God.
So then I was like, well, grandpa had cancer. Or I was like, because he was a hero, because he was helping people. And then I was like, do I start talking about 9/11? And then I was like, so then
oh my God.
So
this
then
is a movie scene for sure.
Gaspar's like, oh, because grandpa fell off the building? Because he did. My dad fell off a building chasing somebody. I said, no, he broke his legs there. And then they were like, wait, but did he get cancer from breaking his legs? And then they're like, is cancer like a cold? And then I was like, oh my God, we got to get home fast. Because I was like, these questions. Also, Lucy, a few days ago, we were in BJ's, which is like Costco. Yeah. And there was a dress and she wanted it. I said, baby, it's too expensive. It was $45. We didn't need it. She goes, yeah, this is how smart Lucy is. She goes, yeah, $45 is a lot of money. And if we bought that, you would have to do more shows to make more money.
My God.
And she goes, and I'd rather you just be home. I was like, baby, I'd quit comedy.
I
I
literally,
literally quit comedy right
I'm done.
now.
I'm done.
Like, but like the fact that her 5-year-old brain made the equivalent of like, you do shows to make money, you make money to buy things. And
Yeah,
like, she's like,
yeah.
I was like, you could buy every fucking dress in this store right now for saying
So
that.
crazy, dude. That's wild.
Yeah. Meanwhile, and then Gas was over there telling fucking people I was born in
You're
Mexico.
Mexican.
All right, let
That's
me read the next
amazing.
question.
That's amazing. Did we even read one? Oh,
We just read one. That took 20 minutes. This might be a 2-part episode.
this is very us. Yeah, okay.
Joe, any update on Let's Watch TV?
Never coming back.
Oh,
I love it. I love it. It was fun. I did it with my mom. Never coming back. 2 reasons. 3 reasons. One, trying to figure out technology with Gaspare Randazzo is one thing. Trying to figure it out with my 70-year-old mother is another. Like, love you, Mom. I know you're listening. It made me, I literally was just looking around and been like, can Amazon deliver a gun to my house within the hour? This is too much. Like, I can't handle it. This is crazy. It was so, because it would be one thing if we were together. Like if we lived in the same city and she could like come sit down, I can press play and then she leaves and I submit the audio or whatever. That's one thing. But I'm like not physically there with her. So there was no way to like, well, there was. I was trying to like teach her how to get it set up. If one little thing went wrong, she doesn't have it to troubleshoot how to get it working again. So then she would FaceTime me and I'm looking into my phone, looking into her computer. It's moving around like the Blair Witch Project. And I was just like, holy shit. So then I was just like, no. Then it got weird because she doesn't know how to handle the internet. She doesn't know fake from real. She literally, Gaspar.
Oh, your hair looks good.
Thanks. You're such a good friend. Listen, it's falling out again.
Oh, never mind.
This is all supposed to fall out. It's supposed to. It's supposed to.
Now that I've seen more, I changed my mind. Guys, just for the record, Joe just showed a little of it and it looked fluffy. And then he bent over and it did not look as fluffy, but it looks, it's getting there.
Also, this picture you posted the other day of your haircut, I wanted to comment so bad. I was like, be nice to him. Be nice to him.
I think I'm going to do my hair like that for when I film my big show at the theater.
Oh,
I think that looks
please
cool.
Don't. No, God, no, God. Gaspar, I've been meaning to tell you this. Your hair is looking better as you like keep it in this style. And like I can see that he's doing something with like not doing that half shit. You know how lesbians sometimes shave half of their head and dye the other half purple?
You've told me that I look like a lesbian. I know. I know.
You look like you're just sitting on a stoop getting ready for softball practice. Like it was insane, Gas. Okay, anyway.
I love that haircut.
The next reason is my mom, Gaspar, she literally the other day messaged me. She's like, did you get the video I sent you? And I was like, no. She's like, yes, I did. I sent it to you. And I was like, no, you didn't. She's like, yes, it was this and this and this. And you saw it. I can see you saw it. And I was like, well, I didn't. Okay. So I go, send me the screenshot. My mom has been messaging back and forth with a fake Joe Dombrowski account. It's not even me.
I thought you were going to say the cyclist.
I'm like, if you can't even decipher like fake and real internet, you have no business doing this. We have no business doing this. Then like sometimes she would like do a little research on the show and I'd have to ask her for the website that she found the information. And it's just some fake, like not
Fan
real. Right. I'm like, this is all AI, Mom. It didn't happen. Like, it's crazy. And the third thing is, she cannot, and this has been an ongoing theme. Also, this is amazing to be able to talk about this without her just interrupting, because I know she's screaming, driving, listening to this, talking to me as I talk, which is so funny picturing it happen. Because if I was telling you this right now and she was in the room, she'd be like, no, okay, well, Mr. Funny Man. Like, okay, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, my mom said the same thing.
If someone says something she doesn't agree with, she cannot not respond. She cannot. People think Gaspar's bad? Oh, my mom. Oh, yeah. Don't you give me that little finger.
I'm not bad.
You shut the hell up, Gaspare Randazzo. You know when people cross you, you can't not make a video about it.
Yeah, but that's like also for fun for me. I'm not offended. I don't care.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It don't bother me.
No, because before you started doing that, you would call me and I had to talk you out of a spiral. Can you believe what this person said?
Correct.
Oh my God, they don't even know I'm over here working, and then I leave work, and then I go to comedy shows. I got 2 kids. My wife's in the hospital. My child was born premature. I got a named after him. My mom just moved to Washington, D.C., and my dead dog's trying to dig himself out of a hole I buried him in the backyard.
No, that's not right.
I miss you, Gas. Okay, but my mom can't.
That's a good impression.
One time, my mom. I remember when I used to. You'd call me, and I was just like, "Here we go."
Yeah, but to be fair, when I was first, not to turn into your mom, but like it's jarring. Like you went through it
jarring.
too, I'm sure. But then, because it's just like you're just living your life, and people are like, "I fucking hate you," and you're like,
"Yeah,
okay, I don't know why you hate me."
It took me so long. Morgan was like, "Stop."
Yeah, Melissa used to be like,
"Why are you responding?"
Yeah. She's like, why are you getting worked up? Like 1 out of 150,000 people watched it. One person's mad, and you're gonna change your whole personality off of one person.
The whole thing too is it's because you get thrown into this world. Like you're just like kind of living. You're just like a funny person. You're like a comedian who's posting your stuff, and then you like start to get a little bit big, and now boom, reality hits you in the face that like not everyone's gonna like it, and the people who aren't like it aren't gonna be nice about it. The number one thing that has saved me, I think I told you this before. I don't care who you are or what it is. I do not care. If you say anything on my page that makes me feel some type of way about myself, I'm not only deleting the comment, you are getting blocked. You're getting blocked. There's no second chances. This is not public. I don't need you here. I'm running my own business. And if what you are saying to me and about me is making me feel not good about what I'm doing, you are gone on the first time. And I do not care what anyone has to say about that mindset. But if I don't like what you're saying, you're out. You're out.
I agree with you because like,
first time.
If you walked into a Blockbuster of all freaking stores, if you walked into a Best Buy and you were like, fuck this place, and you started screaming and you hated everybody, they would throw you out and be like, don't ever come back. And they'd put a picture of you up. So the same rules should apply. Like you don't just get to have a voice because you have an Instagram account.
Yeah, no. Yeah, seriously. I think of that all the time. It's crazy. We just give people technology and say use it, but there's no like training or anything. It's like,
well, you know what's funny? Like we're supposed to like teach this class like internet safety essentially, but it's more about like, hey, whatever you put on the internet sticks with you and blah blah blah, like stuff like that, you know? But like you tell it to the kids, it just falls on deaf ears because they're just like I'm 16 years old, bro. Like I'm using the internet however I want.
Exactly. Crazy. Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's why, long story short, that's why Let's Watch TV is not coming back.
Okay.
And also the fourth reason I'll say is because I'm protective of her and I watch people and how they overstep their boundaries with me sometimes. And like the bigger I get, the more often it happens. And I never want that on my family. Like one time someone posted and tagged a picture of me, but it was like Morgan and his dad at the airport getting baggage off the baggage claim. And I was like, I didn't drag him into this. This is me. This is my decision to live this life. And I most definitely didn't drag my in-laws into this. And they don't need any of this happening to them because I am who I am. And because their son decided to marry me. So I'm just like, nope, done. That's why I barely post about Morgan. And that's why I barely post about other things. My parents can handle it. So that's why. Plus, they're my parents, but I don't post my in-laws or my nieces and nephews who are on the other side of the family. I don't do that. I don't even post my own nieces and nephews.
Someone posted a picture of me at my son's communion.
Hate
They
that.
took a picture
Hate it.
from the other
Hate
side
it.
of the church and wrote "spotted in the wild," and
I
like I
hate
was like,
that
I'm
so
at my
much.
kid's communion. Like
Wrong.
this is
Violating.
like talk to
Overstep.
me. Come over, say hi,
Say
no
hello. Say I'm a
problem.
fan. Yep.
But like I was like literally like hugging my family, and I'm like, oh, there's me. Anyway, all right, next
My
question.
parents in Toronto, they said they were sitting next to my parents. I always make them sit far in the back. Well, these fans
Oh, they
sat
came to
down.
Toronto
Yep. These fans sat down.
for
And at
all
the
the
end of,
shows.
yeah. And no, just one. They came because there's also a Tigers game in town. At the end of the
Oh,
show,
nice.
these fans turned to my parents and they just said, "Your son is very talented," and got up and walked away. And that's it. Like they knew the whole time, but they were just respectful of my parents having a good night as well. And I thought that was so. If they're listening, shout out to you.
And you know who was like that? Remember the Briar Patch? They
Yes,
came to the
so
Atlantic City show.
cool. Love
They
them.
they came to a show and my mom was there and they talked to her for like a half hour, but like very cool, like, and they're always listening. So thanks guys. But they like
Briar
talked to my
Patch.
mom and like they were like super sweet and like hanging out with her, but like not like weird. You know, it was good.
Mhm.
All right. They also said, "Oh, when are we gonna have an episode where we interview each other's moms?" Yeah, we know we've been
One
saying
day,
that for a
but like
while, but
probably not.
it's hard. We got to just like, once again, same thing. Like, I need my mom in this chair while Joe interviews her because that's the only way it's going to be able to happen. Because otherwise, my mom's never going to be able to get on a Zoom. All right. Also, side note, Joe and I had this conversation a few days ago. Nothing about anything crazy, but like we were just talking about like he was saying how like people in New York curse and it's like so nonchalant and it's like part of our vocabulary and how it's not like that in the rest of the country. And then I was standing in the bagel store and literally two guys walked in and the guy goes, "Mike," and he's like, "Holy shit, Mike, how the fuck are you?" And he just walks over and they just shake hands, talk, and like nobody even bats an eye. Like kids, adults, everybody, the workers, and it's just like so part of the vocabulary, and it was just so funny. Like I texted Joe, and he's like, "Yeah, like nobody in the South would ever just be like, 'How the fuck are you?' to somebody."
Right.
Anyway, all right. Kill F because I'm not cursing, and marry. So kill, do the F with, and marry Frankie B,
Okay.
your favorite teacher from when you were in school, okay, and Blippy. I mean, this is a tricky
No,
one because
I don't want to answer this at all because I don't want
for
to.
me,
This is tricky for you, but I don't ever want to answer that at all because I don't want to F, marry, or be any of my teachers.
well, I mean, one of my teachers. Anyway, all right. Joe,
So
are you coming
where does
back to
Frankie
South
B go in
Carolina?
that for you?
I guess I'm killing him. I don't know. What am I gonna do? I'm not doing him.
Yeah,
You know what he's got. I'm doing my favorite teacher.
It'd come
I
out of
guess
your
I'm
throat.
marrying Blippy. I don't want to marry, but well, because if you get married, you're not doing it anymore. So like, I might as well. I don't know. All right, next question.
I know exactly your reaction to this.
Oh. Ugh. Joe just wrote
No, don't say it.
something in the chat about Frankie B and me. And if you've been listening to this podcast long enough, you know that
You
Frankie
understand.
B
We'll
has
tell you in
something.
Patreon.
Joe, are you coming back to South Carolina?
Yes, absolutely. I actually just had a South Carolina show that I had. I didn't even know that I was on the calendar for this club. Had no idea. The show's supposed to be this weekend. I never knew that this was confirmed. Somehow bypassed me and I never publicized it. I never put it out on the internet. Nothing. And apparently 150 tickets for the show still sold. And sorry, but I'm not coming. I will one day, but I'm not. So
It was supposed to be this weekend?
It's supposed to be this weekend. Yeah.
And you had no clue?
No, I don't know how it got confirmed. Yeah.
That's so weird. Gaspar, what is your favorite age of your kids so far?
A great question.
Every age is so different. Like, that's really all I could say. Like, right now, like, I love the age that my daughter is like 5, is like so curious. And like, she's like my little buddy. like my son's now 8 and like he wants to like play with his friends and watch TV and play video games. And it's like, oh, what about dad? Like he's like old now. Whereas in like 5 is like super fun.
Yeah,
so I was saying, I don't know, every age is good. All right, listen, we got a whole bunch more of these questions. We're going to answer them more next time because this is fun. I love answering questions like this.
Thank you guys so much. If you want to submit a question, go to patreon.com/social studies. We'd love to have you there. Video episodes are going to start going over there too, by the way, so keep that in mind. And if you want to come see me on the road, thejoedombrowski.com.
And you can come see me at gasparrandazzo.com.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.